Hello and welcome back, and in this video we're going to be continuing our exploration of animatable triggers or animation triggers. And in this video we're going to be talking about tap gesture. So tap gesture is a gesture that is used to recognize one or more taps onto the view where the gesture is applied. Now we can trigger an animation on tap gesture. Let's update our example and basically create this experience where we're gonna basically move our view at a different location when the view is tapped. Okay, so I'm gonna bring back the old example with slight modifications. And let me give you a quick walkthrough. So what we are doing is we are creating two state properties with random x and random y. Both of them are initialized with value 0.0. That means our sphere is going to appear at the top. Okay, next thing what we're going to do is we are going to have a circle with a foreground style and a radial gradient with minted blue color. What we are doing here is we are setting the frame for the sphere itself as 100 points. Okay, now what we can basically say is the position is going to be set by random x and random y. Essentially we are setting the position random x and random y. This is pretty much the same code that we did last time. We are actually adding the animation with duration of, let's modify this as 2 seconds. Now, instead of calling onAppear, this time we're going to actually call OnTapGesture, which once again takes a closure. And I'm going to change this to be 600. And let's go ahead and see this example. So as soon as we tap the sphere is going to find a new random place and it's going to basically animate to that place. So as you can see, I'm trying to catch, and while the animation is in the middle, SwiftUI is actually creating a new transition. So new animation is actually taking place. But regardless, the animation is being triggered by the tap operation itself. Okay, so this is one example. Now, starting iOS 16, something new and exciting that was added. So before iOS 16, if you were to know the location of where the user has tapped, you would have to actually add a drag gesture with 0 distance in order to create the experience where when user has tapped at a certain location, we get the location value because drag gesture provides the location value, and we actually use that location value and know that user has tapped there. Now, starting iOS 16, SwiftUI actually provides a built-in way of knowing where the user has tapped onto the screen. Okay, this value is provided, or this location is provided in CG point value. That means it has X and Y properties. So we can use this to move our circle around a bit more on the tapped location. So let's go ahead and change a few things for this experience. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this entire thing and put it in a VStack, because we want to basically create more room for our view so we can actually tap around and we can move our circle. I'm going to paste the code back for the circle and going to move out the tap gesture and apply it onto the VStack. We're going to add a spacer so we can create a little bit more room between the circle and the VStack. Essentially, if we don't do this, then our circle and VStack are going to have the same frame. Let me show you what this looks like so far. I'm going to add a border with color.red here, so you can see this is the frame for our VStack and this is the 0, 0 location for our sphere. Okay, now if I try to tap anywhere, basically even though the tap gesture is applied on the VStack, it's not going to move our view much until we actually tap on the sphere itself. Now this behavior is going to continue even if we have basically the location defined in here. So if I say location dot, and we want to move not to the random location, but location dot x and location dot y. Essentially what we are saying is wherever user has tapped, that is the location that's been captured here. Give that x value, assign it to the random x, and give the y value and assign it to random y. Even with this change, if I tap anywhere, if you look at, like, I'm trying to tap here, it's not good. The sphere is not going to move until I tap really close to the sphere. The reason is that the tap zone, even though the VStack is big, the tap area or the interactable area is still limited, and it is around the sphere because that's where the content is. Now this problem can be easily fixed with simply saying content shape, and we're gonna say the content shape is a rectangle. Consider the whole VStack as the content area. Now with that change, as you can see, I'm actually moving around various different places and I'm tapping, and the sphere is basically trying to catch where the mouse is. And if I leave the mouse, the sphere is gonna basically stop right aligning the center of the sphere to the place where we have actually just tapped. Okay, so that's basically how you can use your tap gesture, and not only tap gesture, but tap gesture along with the location information that is now available to you starting iOS 16. Now, if you are using the if you're creating this experience using anything before iOS 16, so iOS 13, 14, 15, up to 15, what you can do instead of having location, because location is not provided by the tap gesture, you can create on drag gesture right before the tap gesture and set the distance as 0. On drag, upon ending, it actually gives you the location information, and you can capture that location information and use that inside the tap gesture. Well, that's just a hint. Go ahead and Google. You'll find a lot of things actually to basically help you complete that example. But this is how we can actually trigger the animation specifically using tap gestures in SwiftUI 4. All right. In the next video, we're going to take a look at another trigger, which is the button control. So we're going to see how button control introduces the animation trigger and what else can we do with it. Okay, so I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you.